In projections and assumptions, it's standard practice to use slightly more conservative returns than historical data suggests for a specific asset allocation. This provides a margin of safety in case future returns are not as good as historical returns have been, and also hopefully creates a reality that's slightly better than we plan to have. If returns are higher than our projections, that creates a future where you have more money or you can more quickly reach your goals. In reality, though, we'll never have the exact same return for any given period of time, never mind a 40-year period. If we have the mindset that we'll earn a 10% return every year for the rest of our lives, we're setting ourselves up for failure and will cause ourselves a lot of stress along the way. When we look back at historical returns to see what they have been, we can see that returns for stocks are all over the place. And what is a good return in one year is not a good return in another. The green line across the chart represents a return of 10%. In years when the market is down, or the return ended up being less than 10%, in 16 of the 44 years, earning a 10% return looks great. But 28 of the 44 years had a return of at least 10%, with a bunch of those years having a return significantly higher than just 10%, making earning a 10% return look like nothing special. Using a specific return as our measure of success is a waste of time for two main reasons. In a lot of years, the market is going to be down, so a big positive return is going to be nearly impossible. If you're investing in a diversified portfolio, chances are that when you're down, everyone's down, and you don't have a point of reference. In years when the market is up big, you also need to be up big to make up for the down years that we know will occur. It's like if someone has never seen a 100-meter sprint and has no idea about Olympic records. You could convince them that you're the fastest runner alive. Without a point of reference, how would they know any differently? By having a better understanding of what has happened, it becomes clear that we can't control the markets. If we could, if anyone could, my bet is there would never be a down year, and everyone would earn an incredible return in each and every year. But that certainly isn't the reality that we live in. Using a specific return as our measurement of success as investors relies on a single variable that is the furthest thing from our control, and ignores every variable that's within our control. It would be like determining how good of a day we had by a specific measure of the weather that we experience throughout a given day. If you want it to be 25 degrees Celsius and sunny every day, and you live in Canada, it's going to be a very long and disappointing life. Instead of trying to control the uncontrollable weather, we have to focus on what's within our control to make the weather that we do get enjoyable. Bringing it back to finance, that would be like focusing on things like investing appropriately for our risk tolerance and goals, which allows us to have an idea of the long-term returns we could expect to earn to reverse engineer the effort we need to put in to reach our goals based on those returns. Investing for as long as possible, which puts our investments in a position of more compounding, which leads to bigger and better results. And reacting appropriately to completely normal things. When we know what is normal, we won't be surprised when those normal things happen. And remember, just the way that markets work, there will be years where you do everything right and the markets are down, so your return is negative. In years when the market is negative, if you're solely measuring your success by your return, it'll look like a complete failure. But during a down year, there's a lot of positive things you can do. Sticking to your plan, whatever it looks like, will put you in a better position for the next year and every year that follows. That's because you'll likely be contributing and reinvesting dividends, which is like slowly compressing a spring underneath your investments, so that when the market is ready to recover, you're in a position to take full advantage of it. Instead of focusing on things that are outside of our control, a better way to measure our success is to look at the things that are within our control and compare the effort we're putting in to the effort required to meet our goals. Any other approach to measuring our success is going to lead us to focus on the wrong things and ultimately to our own failure. What history shows us is that if we have the correct process, then the end result that we're looking for becomes inevitable. It's about doing the right thing and then doing that thing right.